Hello and welcome. I am Marina Lando, Reiki master and teacher, certified aromatherapist, best-selling author, and a lifelong student of Ayurveda. And today I want to talk about what everyone is talking about, marijuana. So this short class called Unveiling the Haze, Navigating the Health Risks of Marijuana. Before we begin, I would like to make a statement. I am not against or for legalizing marijuana. This presentation is not about this. I am not against people who take marijuana or smoke marijuana or eat marijuana. I think they're victims. They're not the guilty party in this equation. But because recently I discovered that many of my clients tried marijuana or was fed marijuana or derivatives in different forms, sometimes unaware, totally unaware towards them, I decided to do this short presentation so you get informed of what is going on. So, let's compare three kinds of clouds about marijuana. What the influencers said on internet somewhere, the historical use. Why historical use? Herbalists and aromatherapists, we don't just say, oh, we're going to use these plants for this and it's going to work. No, we're looking at the historical use. We're studying the historical use of the plant. And in Ayurveda, for example, you have 5,000 years of records. And we know how to mix plants, how to apply essential oils, and so on and so forth. Why? Because our teachers did it the same way, and their teachers did the same way, and it worked. And there is also modern science. Okay, let's dive in. So, let's look at influencers, the gospel of the buzz. So, they will tell you that marijuana and all derivatives are absolutely safe and harmless. Let me disagree with this particular point because even water can kill you. And it doesn't even need to be polluted or have bacteria and viruses in it. If you take a gallon of water and drink it in between 30 minutes and 1 hour, you're going to die very unpleasant death and no one will be able to save you. This is the truth. The question of the poison is always in quantities and qualities. They will tell you that marijuana is a miracle cure for all. In all my 17 years career, I never seen anything like this. So there is never one plant, one substance that will cure all. Marijuana will help you on your way to awakening. If that was the truth, all Buddhist monasteries will stink of marijuana. It is not the case. Marijuana will increase creativity. Marijuana and all other drugs make you think that your creativity increase, but if you look at any, let's say, famous musician, famous performer, famous songwriter, and look at their music before they started using and after, you will see the difference. And another one, my most favorite, they don't want you to know. I wonder who are they and how they can keep the secret with internet and everything that we have nowadays. So let's look into all this a little bit deeper. If you really want to research something, Google Scholar is your friend. Never disappointed me. So I decided to search for marijuana studies, and I found 1,180,000 results. So the studies of marijuana and its derivatives started somewhere in the 70s, maybe earlier, I don't know, but the earliest that I can find are 1970s. The scientists do research about substances like marijuana, CBD oil, THC, heroin, cocaine, and everything else for decades. There is no ban on it, and any scientist can get a grant and study these substances. So the next search that I did was medical marijuana benefits, and I found 276,000 results. So it's all there. You can do this search by yourself, go there and actually read the research, because sometimes it will say the title benefits of marijuana usage for, let's say, for cancer patients. And you would think that, oh, they found benefits. But when you read the entire study, you will find out that, yes, there were benefits, but there were side effects. So you will get the entire picture. Okay. So they may not want you to know it, but for some reason they publish all their articles in the scientific journals, and with Google Scholar, you can find these articles very, very easily. So let's look at the historical use of marijuana. Yes, traditional medicine used marijuana and opium and other things that are not very good for us for certain purposes. In Ayurveda, for example, it was used for pain management, for depression, and for sleep. Hooray! There is a historical use, so we can use it for that, yes? No. Because these kind of substances were used in very little quantities as a part of the very complex preparations. These preparations were used for a very short period of time and under the supervision of qualified Ayurvedic doctor. So, yes, it was used, but for centuries it was recognized as a very dangerous plant. So what is happening from Ayurvedic perspective if you start using marijuana for a prolonged period of time or when you increase the dosage? So it is marijuana imbalances person's constitution. In Ayurveda, we recognize 3 constitutions. And I'm not going into details about it. You can watch my other videos. But when these constitutions in the person becomes very imbalanced, that start sort of leaking into tissues, into organs, they start affecting plasma, blood, muscles, fat, brain, bones, nerves, everything. And they pollute these tissues with toxins. This is very simplistic explanation, but kind of very straightforward, so everyone can understand it. And when the tissues are polluted by the toxins, they don't function properly. They stop functioning properly. And This can trigger anxiety, depression, because the brain doesn't process emotions correctly, doesn't process memories correctly. Indigestion, because let's say stomach doesn't talk to liver or sends wrong signals. It can trigger the bone loss because the bones are not, the building blocks of the bone are not contained, not held by body anymore. It can lead to heart attacks. So in aromatherapy, in Ayurveda, we always look at the historical usage of different plants. We don't invent them. And in my textbooks, it says that when you use any drug, including marijuana and its derivative, if you're not using it in small quantities for a short period of time, when the usage is prolonged or the quantities are big, this is what is going to happen to the body. Again, water is safe, but you can drink a gallon of it in 30 minutes or in an hour and die. So think about it. When someone tells you that it's natural, it's safe, keep in mind that the most potent poisons are natural. Cyanide is a natural poison. Let us see what the modern science says about it. So, drums please. Because more and more states started legalizing marijuana, scientists now have the ability to study the effect of marijuana on huge scope of the population, which was prohibited by FDA before because marijuana is a dangerous substance. So, but now they can look at the statistic and process this statistic and give it to us. So what about the heart? Remember, the heart will be affected by imbalances in the constitution. It may increase the inflammation. It can increase or decrease the heart rate. So, latest research shows that marijuana usage increases chances of heart attack by 25% and stroke by 42%. Not very good numbers, not very good chances. What about addiction? For generations, it was thought that marijuana is not addictive. It is. And it was known for centuries. And now with marijuana is getting more and more potent, people get hooked. So adults, 10% of adults who tried marijuana will get addicted. And with teenagers, because the brain is not developed fully, this will even increase to 17-25%. I think it is a scary number. What about the brain? So, latest research shows that marijuana and its derivative affect our brain, how it functions. People start developing memory problems, learning difficulties, ADD, attention deficit disorder. They have problems with keeping their balance. They become clumsy. The emotional processing goes down and the memory processing goes down. They have bad memory. What about emotions? The increase in depression, anxiety, and poor stress management. And this particular problem affects females more than males. It is 5-fold increase in females who use. Again, this is a question of quantity and quality of it. Mental health. 20-30% of marijuana users, and it includes everything. When I am giving you these numbers, this includes smoking, using oil, eating, and drinking. Marijuana is now everywhere. CBD oil is everywhere. THC oil is everywhere. Omega-8, they call it, is everywhere. So 20-30%. And schizophrenia is more prevalent in male users than in female users. So it affects marijuana and its derivative affect differently females and males. So you need to be aware of it. So you might be wondering why. Like everyone said that it is safe and it was used historically, and why it's all happening. Let me explain you why. Poison is just the question of quantity and quality. Remember the gallon of water. It can be poisonous if you drink it very fast in a very short period of time. Your body is a perfect pharmacological plant, chemical plant, biochemical plant. It functions perfectly. There is a certain percentage of water, of nutrients, of proteins, of everything. It's just perfect. Temperature, concentration, and your function. When you start drinking, let's say, a gallon of water and you do it very fast and your body doesn't have ability to dispel of this water, you're practically diluting yourself. And it's very dangerous. It's deadly. So the same with everything else. You cannot survive on just one thing because then you create imbalance and the quantity of this food or supplement, it increases, the body doesn't know how to deal with that, and it becomes toxin and poison. So let us look at the number buzz. The marijuana that was used by our grandparents and parents in 60s and 70s contains just 2% of THC. In 1990, this percent increased to 4%. In 2024, the numbers are between 17 and 28%. And this is just THC. We don't know what happened, at least I didn't find the information, what happened to the quantities, to the CBD oil in marijuana and other things that are in marijuana. So it's a different plant and looks like it is more dangerous than before. So is marijuana good for anything? Of course it is good. It is good for people who grow marijuana. It is good for people who process marijuana, and it's very good for people who sell marijuana. But it's not very good for you. So, I really do not want to leave you high and dry, kind of, but it is the only thing that helped me. Trust me, there are other things that can help you. And let us look at these things. So, there are alternatives in herbal world to marijuana, and they are safe alternatives, and they were used by traditional medicine for millennia. And I will just give you a few examples, but if you go to the qualified traditional medicine practitioner, they will have a wall covered in herbs and essential oils and different concoctions that will help you safely. So valerian root comes to mind. When you make tea out of it and you drink it on a regular basis, it helps with all stressful disorders, anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, ADD, insomnia. It slows you down. It also helps your tummy to settle in. So this is wonderful root. You can use valerian essential oil for that. There is a clary sage. There is a melissa. I'm certified aromatherapist. Don't ask me to continue, okay? So let us look at other alternatives. What about indigestion and nausea? Peppermint tea, wonderful remedy. If you suffer with pain and inflammation, many herbs and essential oils provide the relief. Ply essential oil is my absolute favorite. This is the plant from Thai, and it's used in Thai massage. It is a cousin of ginger, not as hot, and it's absolutely fantastic. Very effective. I saw research when they found out that application of Ply essential oil effectively reduced the pain for up to 12 hours. There is also traditional therapies. I really do not like to call what people call alternative medicine. We're not alternative medicine. We're traditional medicine. We were used for millennia, and we developed a lot of very good protocols. So for any of the problems that you might want to reach for marijuana, there is an acupuncture. It deals wonderfully with stress, indigestion, nausea, cancer support, pain, stress, anxiety, everything. It's really wonderful therapy. What about another one? Aromatherapy. I'm certified aromatherapist. And first of all, it smells amazing. It makes your house smells amazing, and it makes you smell amazing. And there are tons of essential oils that can be safely and intelligently applied to deal with any imbalance that person might have. You know, herbal medicine, aromatherapy, we have the pharmacy outside. The plants are remarkable. Massage is wonderful. It can reduce stress. It deals with underlying cause of pain. There are specific massages for cancer, for sport, for back pain, for a lot of things. And the latest research also shows us that massage increases cognitive abilities of the people. So if you are elderly or you had, let's say, concussion, massage helps you to keep the health of brain intact. Medical Reiki is absolutely wonderful. It is the application of energy to the specific points on your body, and it also can help with anxiety, depression, any emotional distress. It helps with pains. It goes for the underlying cause of it. Try this one. Meditation, regular meditation, increase the thickness of your gray matter. And it helps you to deal with emotion. It helps you to deal with addictions. It also trains your brain how to react to the world. So instead of reacting it from the point of view of the constant stress of the victim, of experiencing emotional pain all the time, meditation teaches you how to deal with that and how not to react this way, how to be more effective. It is amazing practice. Tai Chi, Qigong, martial arts, all these are also social events, and be social is extremely important for us. We're social animals. We should not be isolated in our houses, texting to computer, to our phone. Tai Chi helps with mobility, with pain management, with stress. It is a very effective and wonderful way to spend time with your friends and families and make new friends. Yoga. Traditional Tai Chi, Qigong, martial arts, they are mostly from China and regions around it. Yoga, this is Indian tradition. And it helps you, again, to gain the control of your body. It builds strength as Tai Chi. Tai Chi can also build strength. It builds strength. It helps you to relax. It balances your body. So this is another wonderful way. So if you feel trapped and marijuana is the only thing that helps you, it might be not the case. You really need to look around and look at all these wonderful traditional therapies that are there, that were used for centuries and available to you. Okay? And again, this video is not for or against legalizing marijuana. This video is not designed to shame people who use marijuana. This video is designed specifically to educate you. And hopefully, after you watch all this, you will be more mindful about what you're doing to your body. And hopefully you will try something else, safer, traditional, or people call it alternative or holistic medicine. So, and see what is going to happen, how it will make you feel. If after watching this video, you still want to keep your marijuana habits, it's up to you. Just after you receive this information, please be mindful of us who don't do this. And if you're smoking, smoke inside your house. Don't spread the joy to everyone else, because the secondhand marijuana smoke affects us the same way as it affects your body. So, and people who don't smoke, they don't want to have this adverse effect of marijuana smoke. So be polite. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.